Okay, so new Honglu ID. First Honglu ID that's not very happy. But hey, it's a Honglu ID. It's a new charge ID. I like charge, so that's good. And it does syncing like the Corp Ishmael, but you could use him in syncing, I guess. But it's probably gonna benefit charge more. We have to see at release, I guess. Because with syncing you have Echoes of the Manor, so the count can be managed, I guess, and it's gonna depend on the number of count we get, so we'll have to see. Anyways, for the skill 1, we're gonna deal more damage for every charge, and at a certain amount of charge and charge count, we're gonna gain coin power. So that's little expected from charge IDs. On use, we're gonna gain charge count. On hit, we're gonna gain charge plus X charge count. And on the second hit, we're gonna inflict syncing. So this ID does not consume charge count on his skill 1. Usually you want to consume charge count on your skill 1 so you can ramp up your charge potency faster. But we don't do it with him. So hey, that's this. And we have 2 coins, so for the syncing, we're still gonna be 2 syncing count down, and with Echoes of the Manor, we're only gonna gain syncing count on the second coin, potentially. Okay, so for the skill 2, this is the bit funny skill and the main charge count dump for this character. So, Mind Whip, you know Mind Whip already if you play Corp Ishmael. This one is a bit different because of all the conditional, and because of the last coin that does syncing count instead of syncing. But then that's basically Ishmael skill, but better. And Ishmael is skill 3, this guy is skill 2. So deal more damage for every charge. On use, in between a certain range of charge count, we're gonna gain syncing and raise the charge count to a certain amount. This skill gains the following attribute: indiscriminate, unfocused volley, and additional attack weight. So indiscriminate means you're gonna target randomly enemies or allies. Unfocused volley means each coins will target a random enemy or ally, basically. And the only way to not have this skill hitting your allies potentially is to have a certain amount of charge on yourself. If you have a certain amount of charge, then you do not have the indiscriminate attribute. But you still have unfocused volley, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we skip here. I guess we have unfocused volley still, so you still hit random target with the coins. And then on use, we're gonna consume charge count to gain coin power. Before attack at X plus remaining charge count, we're gonna consume the rest of the charge count, basically. So that's how you consume 20 charge count potentially to ramp up your charge potency with this skill. But because we do not ramp up the charge potency with the skill 1, since it does not consume any charge count, the only way to consume charge count and to dump it is gonna be on the skill 2 and on the skill 3. So you might be forced to use this skill at one point early in the fight where you do not have charge potency and where you're forced to go indiscriminate and unfocus volley on your allies. So that's the drawback, and that's the funny part of this character. Okay, now for the skill 3, it looked like a big AoE in the trailer, but apparently it's not. So I'll have to assume it just does big damage, I guess. So gain base power and coin power for every charge. At X plus charge count, gain final power. Okay, and on use, we gain charge count. Okay, so I guess it's gonna roll mega high, maybe it's gonna roll a 40 or something, I don't know, I have to see the numbers, I guess. So just 1 coin, deal plus this skill's power times X% damage. This skill's power. So is this like the amount you roll in percentage damage? I'm not sure what this means. If you know what this means, I guess let me know, because I have no idea literally. And at X plus charge, deal more damage for every charge. On hit, gain charge plus X charge count. Yeah, we ramp up the charge count, and we inflict syncing and syncing count. It's just 1 coin, so if we inflict a lot of syncing and syncing count, this could be very good for syncing. But let me just back read real quick. We do not consume charge count here. No, we do not consume charge count. So the only way to ramp up the charge for this ID is Mind Whip. So this means you have to hit your allies with the first time you use this skill, literally. You cannot gain charge on yourself before. Since like W Autis has the Dimensional Shredder ego to ramp up the charge potency if you want, this Honglu does not have a ego that can ramp up the charge potency for him. Or actually, wait. Let's have the game open. Let me check something real quick. This Honglu, yeah, this one can gain charge count. No, it does not consume it. Spend. Okay, so only the corrosion can spend the charge count. Okay. So that's funny here. Basically, only the skill 2 can consume the charge count and the corrosion of the Dimensional Shredder ego. Okay, so you're forced to use this skill to hit your teammates to ramp up your charge count, basically. Okay, so the guard, on use, at X plus charge count gain coin power, and then on use we gain charge count. Okay, so that's like the multi-crack guard, where you ramp up your charge count, but you have a coin power conditional as well that the multi-crack doesn't have on it. Okay, and then the passive, so we have the charge count, every time you consider charge count, it considers 2 charge, obviously. It's every 10 charge count that converts to 1 charge potency. At X plus charge, inflict more sinking with base attack for every white charge. Does not activate when flinking, only sinking count, only sinking on self. Okay, we inflict more sinking, so that could be very nice for the sinking potency, depending on the number, I guess. Deal plus X charge, yeah, so that's the more charge you have, you deal more damage. That's the multi-crack thingy. And the support passive, one ally with the most charge when using base attack skill that gain charge count, deal more damage with the final coin. So that's actually pretty nice here, because we can finally replace, well, if you play charge, I play charge, I like charge, but you had this guy, and this guy passive was kinda whatever for charge. So now we have more damage, basically, that's good. Okay, so pretty good Honglu ID for charge, 1000% for charge is gonna be goated. It's a blunt ID, and blunt will synergize with the multi-crack, because they have the blunt fragility and everything. And it's an NV character, obviously. Skill 2 is NV, we have NV fragility and everything, so that's perfect here. And we can finally replace the support W Corp Honglu that we had. And we have the ego for charge as well, so it's good. It's gonna fit in charge perfectly, no problem here. And we can actually have modern ID with modern number, everything for charge, so that's just very good here. Now, for sinking, it's gonna depend on the number, because we have Echoes of the Manor, which means every time we apply sinking, we have 50% chance to apply sinking count. And as you saw, this Honglu has Mind Whip, which is 4 instances of sinking, basically. So you can coin flip here, and every time you can gain sinking count potentially on the 4 coins and everything, so that's good. But it's gonna depend on how many sinking count he can inflict on his skills, because if it does not inflict much sinking count at all, it's gonna be irrelevant. But if the skill 3 has a lot of sinking count and everything, the skill 2 has a bunch, could be nice. We have to see. So for sinking, I'm not sure if it's gonna be relevant or not. I mean, you can use him in sinking, but is it worth replacing someone? We'll have to see in-game the numbers and everything. So I'll make a video when he releases, obviously, but until then we can only speculate.